days ago. Let's go! 3¼ pounds. What's cracking, guys? Thanks for tuning in to episode 3 of the Coming Home series. Today we're back out on Smith Lake. I'm fishing a new part of the lake. I want to learn as much as I can about Smith before heading home, so I decided to hit 2 different sections of the lake. Today we're targeting more of the main lake section. This part of the lake has the deepest water on average with the dam nearby, and there's a bunch of long creeks that these fish can slide back into to spawn and feed on herring. So you guys are going to see a lot of that in today's video. Make sure to stay tuned. If you've never seen a herring fish before, you're about to see a good example of how to target and catch some. Little guy. As you guys can tell, this video is gonna kind of be a montage of me just fishing different lakes on my way back home. Started out with Gunnersville, had a really good day out there fishing ledges. Then I jumped out to Lake Wheeler. Out there I was kind of doing the same thing. Didn't work out so well for me. I should have just focused on fishing grass. Now we're out here fishing Smith Lake, fishing for herring fish, crystal clear water. And it's fun. It really like challenges me to be able to just adapt and like jump from lake to lake and be able to figure them out. Today my main goal is to find the shad, figure out what they're doing, and then 2, to figure out an actual pattern around some of these shallower pockets. These fish are either coming out of spawn or some are probably still going up to spawn, so somewhere they're making the magic happen. I just need to figure out how to target them. Gonna see if we can keep catching them on the shaking ace today. Bass fish. Oh my god. It is. Oh my god. This might be my PB. Bait pin, baby. Oh my god. I didn't know they fought this hard. Do not jump. Do not jump. Oh my god. Come here, baby. This is a giant. Wow. Come here. Open your mouth. Right to me. Open it. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, that was awesome. You guys think that's over? I think it's like 3.8, 3.14. We're about to find out. Caught that on a long, deep point. Look at that fish. That's a big one. I think we did it. like she's a 328. Let's freaking go. Just broke the PB. Heck yeah. I'm gonna lock that in. Heck yeah. Guys, that is what I'm talking about right there. New PB spotted bass. That is a beautiful 3 1/4 pound Smith Lake spotted bass. I've been running a bunch of these shallow pockets. Just have not been seeing anything, and it's kind of frustrating. I got the waterland bed fishers. They call them bed fishers for a reason. These things are legit for sight fishing. They got a yellow tinted lens. It helps hugely with like glare on the water and being able to see the fish whenever you're bed fishing or just sight fishing in general in shallow water. I just ran 3 main lake points and I didn't see any bait on them, but what I did see was fish, every single one of them. And this one I literally made 1 cast, just casted right at a fish. Didn't think much of it. I actually stopped paying attention to live scope because most of them had like looked at it and then just kind of tracked it slowly. That fish actually decided to eat. And if you guys watch the video, I'll replay it here. I twitched my bait right before that fish ate. So he was tracking it all that way. I am so thankful he did, because that fish right there means a lot to me. The first day I fished the Coosa River this college school year, caught 1 3-pound spotted bass. And then this whole entire school year, I haven't caught a 3-pound spotted bass. That tells me that I got a lot I need to learn yet with spotted bass. Obviously, this isn't something I'm super familiar with. That bite right there is very meaningful to me, because it went from me fishing all this stuff, catching small fish and kind of getting on a decent pattern on the north end of this lake, coming here, and I've been struggling all day. I haven't caught a single fish. And then 3 main lake points in, I catch that one. That right there was awesome. That's all I gotta say. That's why I do this. Choked it. For all the people that don't spotted bass fish a lot, one thing that's very key, and you saw me do it just now, is giving a good distance between where you like come off pad and where you want to fish. These fish will relate to like 40 feet of water sometimes, so you don't want to land right on top of them, but on top of that, you're fishing in such crystal clear water that you don't want them to know you're there at all. You guys saw me first cast, I lined it up, boom, caught one. That's another thing, is usually it's kind of a one and done thing with spotted bass. What they'll do, you cast out there, catch one, and it pulls the whole school off of a spot, and then you have to leave for like 10 minutes for them to reset back up and then present your bait to them again. So those are just a couple little tips, things I've learned that I wish I knew before I started doing this. But crystal clear water, guys, you gotta be very, very, very stealthy. Your presentation has to be perfect too. I mean, it has to land past them just slightly. You gotta make them react, and you gotta be throwing something that's very natural. It's fun though. Yeah?
How about you? Clear.
I'm not in the tournament, but
clear top water. Clear top water.
Really?
Or a bluegill top water.
Really?
Destroyed it.
Back there?
Yeah, all the way.
I appreciate it, guys. I just saw a bass boat coming out. I didn't expect to see anybody. They said bluegill topwater. They're crushing it. Wow, he wasn't kidding. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Another one. That was so cool. Oh my God. That was one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life. I just saw one swim right up to my top water, and it came right up beneath it, like tail kicking, looking at it. Then it turned away to go down, and I'm like, man, there, I just blew my shot. Twitched it a couple times. That thing turned around, boom, crushed it. Man, where'd that fire come from, buddy? Ooh. It's a pretty nice one. Second biggest of the day for sure. Here, buddy. There's a little football. Yep. That's fun. I keep saying that, but it is. Oh. Got herself a grown one. Stay thin, baby. Oh, really? Hey, let's go. Little Larry action out here. I was not expecting this at all. I knew it was a good one when I set the hook. Dead weight. 2.5 pound largemouth. Let's go. Come on. Throw a little swim bait for spotted bass. It works. I don't know what's going on with him here. He's got a little bit of a fungus, but that's a 2.5 pounder right there. That is a beautiful fish. Unreal. Oh, I love it. I don't know, man. This is fun. They do not give up. I'm gonna say this is light tackle, but these things really put up quite the fight. Compared to a smallmouth, if they're not over, they're just right there with them. See, like a smallmouth on a bed is just ferocious. You catch a smallmouth on a bed and you know, they just like tear your hands up, you hold them and they're just so mad. That's how these guys are, but all year long. They're insane. It's a nice, another 2-pounder. God, it's been fun. Thank you, Lord. Make me not want to leave the South. That's why I did this though. Wanted to take some of my own time and fish some of these lakes on my way home. I figured it'd be beneficial, and I can tell you what, if I hadn't taken the last couple of days on Smith Lake here, I'd still be lost. And there's a lot of patterns that these fish get into, but right now, finally I feel like I actually know what's going on. And now it's just a matter of catching a big one. So, I don't know what to say. I'm just blessed to be able to do this, blessed to fish collegiately. It was a tough year, but this is what makes me keep doing this. Trying to figure these fish out. It's awesome. I love it. Open your mouth. Yeah, haha. Little football that one is. Alright guys, so I don't think I've explained this at all today, but basically, yesterday I couldn't find any shad. I was running shallow all day. Obviously today I'm running points. I'm not seeing bait. Like, I'm still not seeing bait. I've seen maybe 10 bait balls today, and that's out of hours of fishing. So what I'm looking for is actually schools of these fish, and they're roaming. They're very obvious. Once you see them once on live scope, it's like you know exactly what you're looking for. There'll be pods of them almost every time. It's like 10 to 20 fish. Pitch over to them, and as soon as your bait hits the water, they're looking up. They swim up to it, and it's usually within the first 5 seconds you're gonna either hook up or they're gonna tap it, and they'll lose their competitive nature. There's been several times today where I'll get tapped on, and what they're doing is either just grabbing the tail or they're bumping the bait, like just hitting it, trying to see what it'll do. These fish play with their food way too much, in my opinion. Like, I don't know if it's fishing pressure or what, but a lot of times you'll have a couple fish hit it before one actually finally gets it. So it's pretty much just luck of the odds, whatever fish in that school eats. But that's what I'm looking for. I'm live scoping. It doesn't matter if I've casted right at the point in shallow water or over 80 feet of water. I'm seeing them everywhere. As long as it's near the shoreline, they're just basically hunting in schools looking for bait. And whenever a poor soul gets around them, they destroy it. So that's basically what I'm doing. That's kind of the simple mindset you gotta have with spotted bass. This might be a damn big one. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's a largie too. Yeah, it is. Smith Lake, you are something else. I think we're up to about 14 pounds now. Oh man. Just when you thought it couldn't get better. Catching largemouth out here too. That's so cool. See, these spotted bass lakes, I always get curious as to what the largemouth do, because all you ever see is spotted bass out here, but every once in a while you run into a rogue largemouth, and this one had a completely different demeanor about him. The two fish that were following my bait were doing nothing. They're just following it. And this guy starts coming up, a little bit bigger mark. Oop, boom, ate it, just like he's supposed to. Thank you, buddy. I don't know what this one is. This one was just by itself. All by his lonesome. Sitting right on a brush pile. About to wrap the day up. It's been a super awesome day. I don't even know how to describe it any other way. It's been pretty much just one rod, throwing a swim bait. I'm gonna go to Lake of the Ozarks next in a couple days. MLF invitationals are out there right now, and it looks like it was a spawn fishing derb. So probably gonna go out and hopefully catch some bass this time that are actually decent size. Fun fact, Lake of the Ozarks is the only lake I've ever fished a tournament on in the last 4 years that I've zeroed on. And I've zeroed on it the last 2 years that I've fished in college. So we need a little bit of Lake of the Ozarks redemption, so you guys stay tuned for that. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Hope you learned something about spotted bass today, fishing Smith Lake. Pretty crazy watching the transition from one day to the next. Learned a lot this weekend. Grateful to have been able to have this opportunity. We'll be back home soon. I better do a shout out here quick to Untamed Tackle, all my other sponsors, Libex Marine, Nick's Works Tree Service, Pequot Tool and Manufacturing, and Northwoods Finishing. Without those guys too, the videos this summer won't be possible. The videos last summer wouldn't be possible. All the fishing I do. Gotta shout out my parents. I keep saying I'm grateful, but today was such a huge learning day for me, and I had a blast. Like, things actually made sense, and it's been a while since I've been able to say that. Last few days have been really good, and I just gotta throw a huge shout out to my parents for letting me bring the Bass Cat down this year, letting me struggle out of this boat for most of the year, trying to figure out how the shad orientate each day, how they orientate with the weather, what the bass are doing. It's a whole nother game down here, guys. I'm hoping next year we have a lot better results in our tournaments. Me and Brennan had one of the toughest streaks of tournaments I've ever been on, and I never want to go through that ever again. So I'm hoping we can learn from our mistakes, learn from what we didn't do this year that we found out was the deal, and just keep chasing these green and brown fish around the country. Wouldn't trade it for anything else, and as long as I have at least a little bit of money in the bank account, I'm gonna be doing this because it's what I love. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next video.